Today I wanted to go over the position of the elbow in terms of when we're punching. And honestly, it's not just when we're punching, but it's in a lot of things, including weapons, and it's extremely important. And one of the things that made me want to make this video is, even within my own style, Isshin-Ryu karate, I'm seeing practitioners punch in a way that isn't effective. And again, when you're only hitting a heavy bag, you're only hitting a makiwara, it'll feel effective because you're not getting feedback. It feels like you're hitting something hard. The only time you'll get feedback is if you hit someone and see what the result is. And obviously, we don't want to go out and be hitting people, right? So we want to train in a way that, if we're called upon to use our skills where we have to save ourselves or someone else, when we strike someone, we want the strike to be effective. So, key is the elbow has to be pointed down. So the elbow point has to be down. Okay? So Isshin-Ryu, if I'm doing my vertical fist punch, Tatsuo Sensei, for the most part, made this idiot-proof. And when I'm first teaching is I tell people to have the inside of the arm, feel it touch the side of their body, to keep the elbow, shoulder, elbow, hand, and wrist all in a line, okay? I see a lot of this in Isshin-Ryu. So see how the elbow went out, okay? And it's not about turning the wrist. If you want to turn the wrist and cant it and punch like that, no problem. But the problem is, this is what I see, where the whole arm turns out. Now, what I want you to do is, I want you to put your elbow out slightly like that, and I want you to have someone stand in front of you with their two hands like this on your fist. And I want them to try to push on your arm as hard as they can, and you resist it. And you're going to find you're going to get a bend in the elbow. You're going to have a very hard time. Then I want you to take that elbow and I want you to put it down. And then I want you to have them do the same thing and see how much stronger it is, okay? So for myself, I do 4 different arts that all have slightly different type punches. What's the one consistent factor in all of them? The elbow's down when we punch. So Sui Shitsuru Jiu-Jitsu, we punch underhand like this. So if we're punching to the body like this, if it's to the face, it's like this, okay? So again, another idiot-proof punch because it forces you, it's very hard to have your elbow out. It forces your elbow down and in. Remember, Sui Shitsuru is a combat art taught to samurai, professional warriors. They want it to be as idiot and as easy as possible. So this is the punch. Okay, so now we go to Isshin-Ryu. And Isshin-Ryu Tatsuo went back and forth between the vertical fist and the twist punch, settled on the vertical fist. Again, a punch that makes it far easier to keep the elbow down. All right. Then we go to the twist punch. So we'll do the traditional fist, right? Now, so I'm going to put my fingertip on my elbow. So we see the elbow doesn't move for the jiu-jitsu punch. It doesn't move for the Isshin-Ryu punch. And it doesn't move for the twist punch. Okay? And if I extend my arm all the way, you'll see my elbow is still down. Okay? So, feeding crane, we sometimes punch like this. We also will punch with a vertical fist. Okay? Same thing, elbow has to be down. So what I see a lot with people that do twist punches is they do this. So their elbow is pointing this way instead of pointing straight down. Why does this happen? Because it's easier. It's harder to keep the elbow down and do the twist punch. So if you watch my arm here, if I do the twist punch wrong and let the elbow come out, look at the muscles in my forearm. There's really nothing going on. But if I force the elbow to stay down and now I do the twist punch, do you see how all the muscles spiral? So again, you see there's an action in my arm. I'm not tensing my muscles at all. Just from the rotation, everything spirals so that that silk reeling, that spiraling energy comes out from the body. If I do this, there's no action in the muscles, and the elbow goes out, creating a leak point. So the problem is when we punch somebody and we don't hurt them, it's not that we don't punch hard, it's we punch hard, but we're leaking power out our own body. So the elbow down goes a long way to doing this properly, okay? So again, I'm going to give you something to try with your students. Put your fist out, doesn't matter, right? Let's do a twist punch, right? Remember, elbow didn't change, right? Look, see? Okay, good. So I'm doing the twist punch, right? Have them stand here and push here. Now what you do is put your elbow out just to the side like that. And you're gonna have this happen. And you're gonna be like, wow, put the elbow down. Wow, that's a lot stronger. Now leave this like it is and lock the elbow, full lock, okay? Now put your shoulder up. Now have them push on again, and you're gonna feel your leak points in your shoulder. So now the shoulder goes down, sinking into the waist, pushes into the elbow, which pushes into the wrist to the two knuckles. Okay. Now what I want you to do is, this is a line. Now I want you to lean over at the waist. Okay. Now you're going to see your power is going out literally through your butt. It's going out, right? So the problem is people don't realize this when they're hitting heavy bag. Okay. So what you want to do is, if your body alignment is correct, and when you punch, right, whether it's a twist punch, right, elbow still down, shoulder down into the waist, okay, back straight, the rod, all right. This is what's important. The next thing you can check is you can do a lunge punch, and we're here, and as the person's pushing here, when you have your shoulder down, your elbow pointing down, your back straight, now as they push try to push you back like this on your fist, now what you do is, as they're pushing you this way, you push down on your rear foot, and you create a line that goes from your first two knuckles all the way down to the heel of your rear foot. When you can create that line and you can punch in that split second of Fajin or Kime, of issuing power, it's a game changer. It's a big game changer. All right. That's also will bring you on track to develop that short distance power, that mysterious short distance power, the Chinkuchi we talk about in Okinawan martial arts, coordinating the body in a way where the body can generate tremendous power. So I see a lot of this going on in karate, whether it's a twist punch chamber from here, the elbow comes out like this, and they whip it in, and they feel like it has more power. It's less power. And if your opponent moves in and you catch them as you're like this, there'll be no power in your punch at all. So your elbow, when your punch comes out, whatever punch you're doing, if you're punching like this, has to stay on a line. It's like a piston, whether it's here, whether it's here, whether it's here. So I see a lot of people in Isshin-Ryu now. I've even seen some Okinawan masters do this in Isshin-Ryu. Okay, I can tell you now, not Kichiro Shimabuku. His punch comes out like a piston. Okay, I've seen the elbow come out and go in like this, go in like this. Okay, so it's something you want to avoid. You want that elbow to stay behind. You don't see any boxer throwing a punch like this, where the elbow comes out and they do that. But I'm seeing Isshin-Ryu people, I'm seeing other styles of karate doing that. Okay? Okay. Boxers punch for a living. They come in, it's a straight punch. So they're here, they're not bringing the elbow out and in. It's here, it's like a piston, right? So, one of the famous Japanese boxers was Piston Hiraguchi, okay? Pistons don't move like this, all right? So you want that to be like a piston, your hands, straight out, right? So elbow down, all right? Check your weapons forms. If you're holding the bow like this with your elbows out, no good. Elbows down, relaxed position, right? So elbows down Extremely important concept that I see not enough instructors addressing and realize they're doing wrong. So I just wanted to put this little video together to give you some things to think about, and you can try some of the tests I just showed you to check your body alignment. The Chinese have a saying, you must find the straight line in the circle. What does that mean? Okay. There's nothing straight on our bodies. When I'm like this and I'm punching, okay, there has to be an unbroken line that goes all the way down. When you can create that unbroken line there, here, where you can create it here, where at the point of impact, boom, everything's aligned, the power goes completely through your opponent, causing scary damage. Okay? So that's the kind of power we're striving for. All right? That's what we want. We want that alignment. So find that straight line in the crookedness, that's your body. When you can have that unbroken line, the power is tremendous, right? So hope you enjoyed this one. All right? Short, brief one, but I think it's an important one. The position of the elbow is incredibly important. All right? Try some of this out, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.